take a look at subtracting fractions with borrowing. And this is when the fractions don't have the same denominator. The rule for adding and subtracting fractions is that they have to have the same denominator, and these numbers don't. So if I look at the denominators, I have a 3 and a 5. What you want to do to find the common denominator is you want to count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then count by 5s, 5, 10, 15. Now I could have gone on to 18, 21, but I knew it was going to stop at 15. So what I do is I find the smallest number that they have in common. And in math they call this the least common multiple, the LCM. So we found out that the least common multiple of 3 and 5 is 15. So I'm going to take that 15 and I'm going to make equivalent fractions right here and right here. So 5 is going to turn into a 15. So we're going to multiply. 5 times what's 15, and that's 3. Since I multiplied 3 in the denominator, I have to multiply 3 in the numerator. I have to do the same thing to the bottom and the top. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, how did I get from 3 to 15? I multiplied times 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Before you do anything else, you need to focus in on the 5 and the 9. This is a subtraction problem. I have 5 on top and I can't take 9 away. So what I'm going to have to do is borrow 1. And what I like to do is put 1 in a rocket ship, and it is going to transfer to a fraction. It's going to convert, and I want it to look like the denominator. So if I have 15 on the bottom, what do I have to put on the top to make it equal 1? Well, another 15. 15 fifteenths is the same as 1. So 1 changes to a fraction, and that spits out, and it's going to help the fraction that didn't have enough, we couldn't subtract. So it's going to help this one. So I like to put parentheses around them so I can remember to add. And that's going to be 20 over 15. I like to slide this fraction over so it's right underneath. 20 minus 9 is 11. And I'm going to keep the same denominator. Now I'm going to come over to my whole numbers and I'm going to subtract. And the answer is 3 and 11/15. Let's take a look at another one. Our denominators aren't the same. That's where we have to start. So we have 6 and 9. What is the smallest number that they have in common if we count by 6 and 9? We have 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Now I'm going to count by 9s. 9, 18, there it is. It's 18. So 18 is the least common multiple. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to change these two fractions. They're going to be equivalent fractions with 18 in the denominator. So I multiplied by 2 here to get 18. So I have to multiply by 2 on top, and that's 10. And then here I multiplied by 3. 6 times 3 is 18. I have to do the same thing to the top. 1 times 3 is 3. Now I need to focus in on my numerators. I have a 3 on top and a 10. So it's like 3 minus 10. I can't do that. So I'm going to have to go borrow. I'm going to borrow 1, and this is going to become 99. 1 is going to change from a whole number to a fraction. I need it to look like the denominator, which is 18. And to make that equal 1, I have to put an 18 on top. So it's going to spit out. And I'm going to put parentheses around it and add it. And 3 plus 18 is 21. Keep my same denominator. I'm going to slide this over. And it's a subtraction problem. That would be 11 over 18. And then I'm going to come over and subtract my numbers. This is subtracting fractions with borrowing with unlike denominators. Thank you for joining me. Check out my other videos online.